Welcome to week 13 of the Premier League with none other than Betsafe, Harry Redknapp and his trebles for this weekend of football. United, Chelsea and Leicester to win it 4-1. Harry, brilliant to have you on. Let's talk through these trebles.
Okay, Dom, great to be on.
Okay, Harry, Chelsea Spurs. Chelsea on a roll at the moment, top the Premier League on 28 points. And of course, your old team still unbeaten, although no longer in the Champions League. What do you make of this one?
Well, I mean, you say Chelsea in great form at the moment. They really are, and they've found a system. Conte's found a system with three central defenders, two with the wing backs that suits them. It's a system that he was so successful with at Juventus and with the Italian national team, and now he's playing that way at Chelsea, and it's working well. Tottenham last night, very, very poor in the Champions League. Really seem to have lost that spark, Tom. Even though they are unbeaten in the league, they got away with it last week. West Ham could easily have beaten them. So I really feel it's a good time for Chelsea to be playing Tottenham, and I think that they'll have too much for Spurs this weekend.
Well, 7 straight victories now for Chelsea, Harry, scoring 17 goals at the same time and conceding none at all. I mean, what an unbelievable turnaround.
Yeah, it's amazing. But, when he changed, as soon as he changed the system, it was, he'd suddenly gone back, as I say, to the way that he'd always played his teams, Conte. And when he came to Chelsea, I felt sure he would come in straight away and do that, but he didn't. He looked at it, and obviously it wasn't working the way they were playing, and he decided, no, this is what I'm going to do. And everything's just suddenly clicked into place for him. And Hazard in great form, obviously Costa scoring goals. They really do, they look excellent at the moment. And Tottenham, as I say, have just gone off the boil and got one or two injuries. Alderweireld, the centre half, is a big loss to him. He's an outstanding player. And I think Danny Rose suspended the weekend as well. Big loss for them, for Tottenham. I just think that Chelsea will have too much.
Hazard, I mean, this is a player that you've admired for quite some time now. He really is in the form of his life, or certainly the best form that we've seen him at Chelsea. I mean, is he one of the best players in the world at the moment, Harry?
Oh, without a doubt. He's a great talent. I tried to sign him when I was at Tottenham. I actually met him in Paris and spent a couple of hours with him. He looked like at one time he would join Tottenham, but it didn't happen. In the end, he went to Chelsea. And he really is on his day. He's a match winner. He's a player I love to watch. He's got that ability to beat defenders and score goals, make goals. Yeah, top draw. I think Tottenham are going to have real problems containing him. And they've got a problem on Saturday, Tottenham at fullback. No Danny Rose, Ben Davies injured. So looks like they'll have to play Vertonghen at left back, which means they'll play Dyer and Wimmer again in the centre, which didn't work very well in the Champions League this week. So it really is a bit of a makeshift back four, and I think it's a back four that Chelsea can take advantage of.
Well, Harry, that's the first fixture in your treble, which you've got for United, Chelsea and Leicester to win at 4-1. Manchester United versus West Ham, obviously one of your old clubs. Tell us a little bit about the performances of both teams last week. West Ham, of course, facing another one of your old clubs at Spurs, and United having that very good draw against an in-form Arsenal team.
Yeah, I mean, Man United did last week. I thought they played well. They were much better, the better team in the game with Arsenal, and they were very unfortunate not to win the game. There was only one team who ever looked like winning. That was Man United. So I think they're just starting to strike a little bit of form, and they're playing a bit better at the moment. Mourinho's obviously just managing to get the message over, and Matta's in good form. Scored again last week. So yeah, they're playing okay. They've got to be at their best to try to make that top four this year, because it's so tight at the top. And it's a big game again the weekend for them. West Ham, I was at the West Ham game last week at Tottenham. West Ham played very well, ever so well, and really didn't deserve to get beat by Spurs. 2 goals in the last 3 or 4 minutes really cost them. But I just get a feeling still, that West Ham, I don't know, they're just suddenly... They're struggling a bit for confidence. They're nowhere. They're not as good as they were last year. And, the sending off, they lost, last week again. they're there. I think for Man United to beat the weekend. It's certainly Man United will be very disappointed if they don't take 3 points from this game.
So that's Manchester United, of course, is your second one there. Win over West Ham. You've gone for Chelsea over Spurs. Finally, Leicester versus Middlesbrough. Goodness me, we've never seen a Premier League champions being relegated before, and they're only 2 points above the relegation zone. Borough just 1 point further adrift, also just above the relegation zone. You've gone for a Leicester win.
Yeah, I think we'll see a Leicester improvement in the Premier League now, Dom. They've qualified for the Champions League, unbeaten. They'll top the group, which is a fantastic achievement. And I think that now that's out the way, that they can focus completely on the Premier League. And I think we'll see a big improvement in an upturn in their fortunes in the Premier League now. And I think starting the weekend, I think they can beat Middlesbrough at home.
Well, I mean, you just mentioned, qualifying for the Champions League last night. This must be a huge morale boost as well. And they're going to be back at the King Power Stadium as well. So the fans are going to be right behind them for Saturday's game.
Oh, yeah. As I say, that it's amazing to see them win the group in the Champions League. And now, as I say, I think they've had one eye on Champions League, one eye on the Premier. It's very difficult to focus on two competitions, when they've not got the experience of being involved in the two competitions before. And I just think now that they've put that one to bed, they've qualified Champions League, they can really take it easy in that now and look forward to the last game, which is really not important for them, and concentrate fully on the Premier League. And starting Saturday, I'm sure Ranieri will have them bang up for this game Saturday weekend with Middlesbrough, and I think they're well capable of taking the 3 points.
Well, this is one of the things, Harry. It's been a season of first for them. First time in the Champions League, first time qualifying, first time they're playing every single game as the defending Premier League champions. But you mentioned that one name in the equation there, Claudio Ranieri, wonderfully charismatic and experienced man.
Yeah.
If anybody at the helm of that ship could actually see them through, it is Claudio Ranieri, surely. Yeah,
he's a lovely man, isn't he? He comes over great. I think, everybody's. It's great to see the success that he's had so late in his career, and. It's been a real breath of fresh air for Leicester. So, yeah, marvellous achievement, winning their group and qualifying with a game to spare, unbeaten in Champions League. Now he knows it's time to start moving up that Premier League, and I'm sure the players will know that as well, and they'll be fully focused for the weekend, and I do think they can beat Middlesbrough.
Well, Harry, you said Ranieri is a breath of fresh air. We'll certainly hope that you are a breath of fresh air for Betsafe customers this weekend. Your treble, United, Chelsea and Leicester to win at 4-1. Those are your reasons why. We hope the punters get behind you on that one. Harry, always fantastic to have you on here. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Dom, great talking to you.